Hey guys, welcome to MEMS 506. I'm Akib. I'm one of your TAs for this tutorial. Filming is Boran. He is also one of the TAs and we work with the Nanomechanics and Materials Lab at the University of Toronto. So today, I'm going to show you how to clean the wafers because the first step of making any MEMS device is to clean the substrate. So for that, you have to have some safety protocols like wear some gloves, have the lab coat so that the acids don't spill onto you. So first thing is, let's wear the gloves so that we don't have any residues on the substrate that comes from our hand. Here you have two types of wafers. This wafer is a silicon wafer which has a silicon oxide layer on top of it, which is about 280 nanometers. You can etch that silicon oxide layer to make different types of designs. And here we have another type of wafer which are actually coated with gold. The gold coated wafers help us to make some sort of conductive connection for our experiments. But for this lab, we are going to use the silicon wafer. So the first step is, once you have the silicon wafer, you need to cut it down to your convenient pieces. To cut the silicon wafer, we use this sort of pens. This is called a diamond pen. The diamond pen can scratch through the wafer and we can fracture it. So let's have a look. Put it here and try to, could you please focus here? And try to, thank you, and try to scratch the surface of the wafer. You see? And once it is done, just press it and it will break. So that's how you break the wafers for small pieces. Now make it to more smaller pieces so that it's easier to handle. And now you just break them into small pieces. Okay. So why do we need to clean the wafers actually? So let's go and have a look under the microscope that how dirty these wafers are. This is an optical microscope that we use to find out any contaminants and to zoom in whatever features we want. This has a 100 times more magnification than a regular human eye. So let's go and have a look. So I'm preparing the glass slide to put on it. And if you look at it, first turn on the light, and this is our regular 5x. I think we can see the screen now. Just show the screen, that should be fine. So if you look at the screen, okay, here. We need to get it focused. Here, you see, there are some sorts of dirts onto the silicon wafer, and this sort of dirts can really contaminate the device you are making. So, and there are more dirts here, see. So we need to get rid of this. To do that, we need to clean the wafers. So let's go ahead and clean our wafers. This is our wet room where we do all sorts of wet etching and cleaning of the stuff. So anything that is chemically problematic, we do it here. To clean the wafer, what we will use is called a piranha solution. The piranha solution is a very dangerous solution which involves the use of concentrated sulfuric acid. You should not do this without any supervision. First, I need to get some safety gloves so that I don't burn my hand. If any drop spills, so these are the acid-proof gloves. So even if you spill some drops of acid accidentally, you won't be injured very much. So let's put this on. Okay. Here we have two types of solutions. The first one is a concentrated sulfuric acid. So this acid is so much concentrated that if you put a drop on your hand, it will just go through your hand and drop from the other side. And this one is called the hydrogen peroxide. So using this sulfuric acid and hydrogen peroxide, we will make the Piranha solution. The Piranha solution contains 3 parts of sulfuric acid with 1 part of H2O. These gloves are tight. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's have too much grip. Okay, now it's done. To do this, we will always have to make sure that we do it in a fume hood. So in the fume hood, whatever hazardous material is floating here, it will go up and go out on the environment. So first, let's turn on the lights. Which one is the lights? Here? Okay. Now to do it, we need some beakers. We're taking a small beaker. First step is we have to wash it very well. So we need to wash the beaker first. And then make sure that your beaker is completely dry. That's because HCl can react with water and make a violent explosion. So, sorry, sulfuric acid. I apologize. So clean this beaker very well so that there is no water residue at all. Okay. Once you are confident that there is no water at all, start pouring this sulfuric acid. A little bit closer, maybe. What? Come closer. Come closer. Sorry. So, for this, we will use 15 ml of sulfuric acid. Once it is done, carefully seal it and put it away. Let's see if I can find some glasses, because that will really help us. Okay, we couldn't find any glasses, but you should not do it without any glasses. Right. Oh yeah, it's found. So before dropping the H2O, I'm just equipping myself with some glasses so that it doesn't drop, it doesn't make a violent explosion, and even if it does, my eyes are safe. Take this out, and first try to measure 5 ml of this solution, H2O. Again, clean the beaker very well. You need to be very precise because any miscalculation can cause hazard in the lab. And you should, again, I'm repeating, you should not try it by yourself without any supervision. So here we are getting 5 ml of hydrogen peroxide. Once you have it, sorry about that. Be very careful and drop the H2O too. Well, you should still move over. Very carefully. See? It's already fuming. Try to make sure the fume hood is closed so that if anything happens accidentally, you are protected. As you can see, I'm dropping it very, very slowly. You have to be patient. Okay, so now keep an eye on it while I come back with the wafers. Okay, so we have our Piranha solution. Now what we're going to do, we're going to drop these silicon wafers into the Piranha solution for cleaning purposes. So once we drop it, you can see that there are some bubbles coming up onto the silicon wafers. These are actually the dirts that are moving on. So if we hit it at about 90 degrees Celsius, after an hour or so, we'll get the wafers clean. So that's how we clean the wafers, which is the very first step to make any MEMS devices. So I hope you guys learned and enjoyed what we did. And on the next session, we'll try to show you how to spin coat the wafer, how to make alignments, how to make photoresist, and etc. etc. So good luck. And again, please do not try this yourself without supervision. See you next class. Bye.